This is Games of Our Life, and I'm be talking about a game that we created, Figurine Clash. So first starts off the game. Each player would roll a d20. Whoever rolls the highest number gets to pick first, and then whoever rolls the next highest number gets to pick next. And this goes on for these 3 points here. So when you either pick a certain card, which is a card that we like label as like Jedi, you get to pick Jedi if the Jedi's are all there. And then they just go and pick the pile. Solo gets 9 cards, Duo gets 6 cards, Trios get 6 cards. And then the same order picks these items: barrels, boats, and a drop pod. And then after that, each player rolls a d20 again, and it goes the same thing. Whoever rolls the highest number gets to pick first. They pick their platform and then choose their spot on the edge of the map with their platform. And then the next highest goes next, and so on. And it's the same order for the duos and trios, but like the teams roll and they total the numbers up, and the highest goes first, and then same thing about that. Um, but the teammate that rolls the highest number, all their teammates get to go first to start the game, and it alternates between teams. The players place the barrels at the start of the game, and then the place figurines 1 brick space from the edge of the starting platform. So it has to be 1 brick away from the edge. On, on start, figurine abilities activate the first player's turn. So that means if there's an ability that says on the start of the map, move this piece a certain distance. That means as soon as the first person starts to turn, that ability is triggered, and then that ability is activated. Match start. Graders is passive. Gas, gas, gas. Moves before anyone starts the game, doesn't count a churn. Each player can move 4 figurines in their first 3 turns. Any turn any turn after that can only move 3. All money and boost breaks collected go to the player's inventory. So that it's not some of the items that you'd buy like from the Oracle shop would be on the figurine, but boost break and money go to the player. When opening chest, all items are collected. So you cannot not collect a certain item because you don't want to. You have to collect everything from the chest. Foraging. Stops moving to forage, and you can only forage once per figurine per turn. For once per figurine per turn. This means when you have a certain figurine and they foraged, you can't forage with that same figurine again. But you can forage multiple times with different figurines. And then you're going to forage the fruit type and fruit color when matching. So if there's green cherries and red cherries, you can only forage the green cherries. Once the bush is foraged, everything gets destroyed, and that means basically just like the bush, that like the tree, the foliage that holds the fruit will be just gone. And then you can move the food to desired figurines once per turn from the figurine that received it. But you only can do this after 1 turn of collecting the food originally, and then you can move it. The teleport power station is available after the first player's 5th turn. So after 5 turns, after the first player's 5th turn, you can activate the power station. Barrels can be moved on the player's 3rd turn and has to be moved on the 5th turn. boats move at the start of the game from the back of a player's starting platform, and move clockwise from their playing platform. Only activates when a figurine is on the boat or gets on. The boat moves one platform over time, or over every time it's the player's turn. You can have your boat docked at the start of the game, and it would your boat wouldn't move like that. That's the way you'd be able to delay your movement is when you dock your boat. Stop figurines movements opening a chest, foraging, and using on map locations. So basically, when you use open a chest or forage or use map locations items, like you can't move your figurine after. I guess, say you were moving your figurine, you have to move your figurine there, and then you activate. You wouldn't continue your movement even though you didn't use all your movement. You just stop there. Each figurine has a movement churn and attack churn each round, unless said otherwise. So basically, this means that you only can move, just like in the beginning, you can move 4 figurines here, right? So each figurine has a movement churn, but you only can move 4 figurines. So any figurine that you have, you can just move your movement, and then your attack churn. This basically means that if anyone's in range of attack, you can attack. As long as you can hit the enemy, you will be able to hit the enemy. And then this is the attack rules. So on the third churn of the first player's attack abilities can be activated. Any ability that does damage to a figurine when activated is labeled as an attack ability. So this refrains from just instantly using attack abilities on the first turn. It gives people more chances to move around and other stuff, so it's more fair. Mount riders gain 1 AT when attacking figurines not on mount. That means you just add 1 damage to your original roll. So if you roll a 5 and you're on a mount, you just add that 1 and you get 6 damage on the figurine you're attacking. In order to attack an enemy figurine, that figurine must be in line of sight. So if an enemy is behind a wall, even though you're counting the bricks and he's in range, if you can't see the figurine, you won't be able to do damage. Any mythical figurine that attacks adds d4 to their attack, applying mythical damage. There's some cards that are labeled as species mythical, and this is what it's referring to. It doesn't say on the card that you add a d4, but since any mythical figurine, all mythical figurines get to add a d4, because they're just mythic. It's how we created the game. Any figurine stunned or frozen can attack, move, block, use abilities, or dodge. So basically, anyone that's stunned or frozen, they can't attack, they can't move, they can't block, they can't use abilities, or dodge. Any rooted figurines can't move or dodge. This means, like, if there's a figurine ability that's holding down another figurine, which basically what it means, rooted, they can't move or dodge because they're locked in a place, but they can still attack. Players can dock their boat. This is what I was talking about. At the platform they're at, rather than moving to the next platform. Docking allows the figurines to move on and off the boat. When docked, figurines can attack on the boat and be attacked in line of sight. So this means that you can have your boat docked at your platform in the beginning of the game, so you don't have to move it. But you can also dock at other platforms. But as soon as you dock, this allows the figurines that are on the shore to be able to attack you. And this allows you to move on and off the boat as well. star ability cooldowns after the turn is activated. So say I activate an ability. I wait until next turn to start cooling down because the ability was used my turn, so I don't start cooldown during my turn since it was just used. And then when it comes back to my turn, I start the cooldown. And then after my turn ends, that'd be one cooldown.
Activating Shocking Bolt. What are you doing? You only roll twice. Oh, I do? Yeah. Oh. It's my turn. So then this guy's stunned. Run, make him not run. Valentine. And then it goes back to your turn.
Each figurine can attack once per turn. If possible, any ability that does damage to a figurine is considered an attack. So you can't use a base attack roll and an ability that does damage. Figurines that roll defense can stack your defense with more defense. There's items in the game that you'll later figure out throughout this video, but you can buy a shield in the Oracle, which I'll talk about later. But you can't have two shields, two defense rolls, because if you're rolling D4 or D6 for defense for some of the characters, and someone only has a D6, and then you add another like D4 on top of that, I mean that's like an 8 chance. That's a chance of getting 8 defense. It's blocking 8 damage. I mean, like, no one's gonna get damaged that way, so you can't stack defense. All right, so this is map locations. This is teleporter power station. So this is what you have to activate. You must be 1 brick away to activate the teleport glyphs when activated, and you can't block teleport glyphs. There's a bunch of glyphs around the map, and they're labeled as teleport glyphs. So this is how you activate those glyphs, and you can teleport around the map. Fountain of Youth. Alright, so to activate must be 1 brick away. Restores all HP to the figurine. Removes all damage over time. Curses. Red Death is a glyph. That's a curse. Slows and all debuffs. Once per figurine. So that means you only can use the youth once per figurine. Resurrection Crystal. To activate, one must be 1 brick away. Revives a dead ally figurine. And after reviving, wait 2 turns till you can revive again. If reviving a teammate's figurine, wait 3 turns till you can revive again, once per figurine. Revived figurines come back with all of their abilities reset. Broken Faith. So once picked up, you roll a d6 to determine how many one-shot slashes you get. These one-shot slashes get, you gotta roll a d20 to get 11 or higher, instant kill the target figurine. Instant kill. And then after within a 3 attack range. Can't pick up Broken Faith if the figurine opened a chest. Use the boost. Forged items, healed using items, picked up a glyph, used the glyph, bought from the Oracle, used the Fountain of Youth, turned on the teleporter power station, picked up Shard for the Stars, used the map rifle in-map rifle or cannon, or used the Resurrection Crystal. While in the possession of Broken Faith, the figurine can't use or do anything it couldn't have before picking up. Can't attack with anything else besides Broken Faith, but can use movement and support abilities, can't use attack abilities. So this is that's a lot. So I'm pretty sure this used a boost. I'm pretty sure this is a boost brick. Boost brick. Anyways, you can't attack anything else besides Broken Faith. So that means you can't use your base attack, and you can't use attack abilities. Broken Faith returns once all slashes are used up or the figurine dies. A revived figurine can pick up Broken Faith while maintaining the rules before picking it up. If you revive the figurine, as long as they maintain not doing what was previously stated, they can still pick up Broken Faith because they were revived. Everything was reset. Full faith. If the same figurine picks up Broken Faith again, it becomes Full Faith. Full Faith has unlimited slashes with the same restrictions as Broken Faith. When attacked, roll d20, 11 or higher, destroy all damage. Shard for the stars. In order to pick up the figurine, you must have killed another figurine. Figurine gains 4 defense when picked up. If a figurine already rolls defense, swap out the defense for Shard of the Stars. Applies the defensive passives. So this means if there's a passive that, I automatically roll a defense as kind of like a passive, then you'd be swapping out the passive as well. While credited 1 kill upgrades to D6, defense D6. So basically, you roll, once you kill someone, you get to swap out the D4 and roll a D6 for defense. A total of 3 kills upgrades to a D8. So that means that first kill you get, you just gotta kill 2 more, and then you get a D8. And then it goes up to a total of 6, to D10, a total of 10 to D12. And that's the max for this item. For Shard of the Stars. Oracle. This is to activate, must be 1 brick away, just like the others. Buy items from the Oracle using currency, which is like coins, which I'll talk about later. After buying 2 items, wait 2 turns to buy again. So it basically is the same thing as the Resurrection Crystal. You wait 2 turns. Items designated to a figurine go to the figurine that was bought from the Oracle, besides ones that go to the player. And then this is the cannon that we were talking about, in-map cannon. Must be 1 brick away to use, rolls a d12 when using. So you basically, when you're using the cannon, you swap out your normal attack for a d12. Whether you roll d20 or d6, d4, you now roll a d12 because you're using the cannon. Same with the rifle, you just roll d10 when using it, and that's it. That's it for the Figurine Clash starter rules.